So you sat down to write a book and you were making some really great progress. And then all of a sudden, progress just stopped until someone whispered some magic words into your ear and they said, "You can always hire a ghostwriter to help you." And you went, "Huh? What? That's a thing? I can hire a ghostwriter?" Yes, that's a thing. Hi, I'm Naomi. I've been helping my clients write and publish their books for the past 19 years. And there is one thing that I can tell you I learned above all else in all that time. You are a better writer than you think you are. No, I really mean that. That doesn't mean necessarily that you don't need a ghostwriter. And in fact, if you're watching this video, you've probably thought about it at least once. There are plenty of reasons why someone might be thinking about hiring a ghostwriter. Some people just aren't writers. That doesn't mean they don't have good stories. And so they need a writer to help them put their stories into words. Some people want to save the time and money that it would take by hiring a professional to get it done right, and get it done quickly, rather than spending the months or even the years trying to figure out the entire process themselves to get it done themselves. And some people, this is where the bulk of my clients fall, are running businesses and they don't have time to stop so that they can write and publish a book. It's a huge time commitment that they just cannot make right now. These are all really good reasons as to why some people might decide to hire a ghostwriter before they've started writing a book. But if you've already sat down and made progress on your book and you've already started writing your book yourself, then started thinking about writing a ghostwriter, how do you know if you should? Let's talk about some of those signs. First, have you started putting your book off? Let's face it, when you sat down and you said, "I'm going to write this book," you were probably full of passion, maybe joy, inspiration. You were going to do it. This was going to be amazing. It was going to be awesome. And then something got in the way and now you're putting it off and you're putting it off. Maybe it's time, maybe it's life, maybe it's just self-doubt. I don't know. But if you're putting off your book more and more and more and more, that could be a sign to at least talk to a ghostwriter or get yourself into a writer's group and try to rekindle that same passion, that same joy that you had when you first thought of the idea. Another time to look into hiring a ghostwriter is if you are feeling overwhelmed with doubt. Now, we all get doubts. Doubts and writing come hand in hand because there's this level of self-reflection that comes out through the writing process that doubts are bound to happen. It's when those doubts become so heavy that they halt all progress that you really need to start to wonder, how can I get some help writing this book? And in that case, sometimes even just meeting with a ghostwriter is enough to kick you in the pants and get you writing again. Sometimes it could be a book coach. Sometimes it could be going the next step further and hiring a ghostwriter. But it's definitely time to start considering contacting one. Next, if you've got your book finished, but the feedback so far has been less than stellar. Now, of course, not every book is made for everyone. Every book is going to have at least some negative feedback. There's going to be someone that it just didn't fit. But if your negative feedback far outweighs the positive feedback so far, that might be an issue, that your message is not coming across the way you need it to come across, or you're targeting the wrong readers and therefore your message isn't even getting in front of the people you need it to get in front of. Either way, meeting with a ghostwriter can help get your book back on track. Another time to start thinking about hiring a ghostwriter is if you could only get so far in writing your story and then you stop. And this isn't the same kind of stop because life got in the way or because you just started putting it off. But no matter how much you concentrate on it, no matter how much you are thinking about it, no matter how much you brainstorm or how many writing prompts you do, you just can't get from where you are to the next point. You just can't seem to cross that bridge. You are at this dead end. Or maybe there are some scenes that you come across that you can't finish because it's triggering for you because of a trauma that you've gone through. Or if you finished your story, but now you just can't seem to get it to read like a book. All of those are a really great time to contact a ghostwriter and see if they can help. Last but not least, if you've already written your book, but you can't seem to nail down an agent, hiring a ghostwriter to at least review the book with you and maybe help you write your query can really help you go out and grab that agent's attention. Most ghostwriters know and understand the industry pretty well, that we know what agents are looking for in a new book. Either because most ghostwriters started off as authors who have been published in their own right, or they started off as editors who have worked within the publishing industry and worked with enough authors to understand what hits the market. Ultimately, the choice to hire a ghostwriter is a personal choice that only you can make. And once you make that decision, I recommend you start looking for a ghostwriter right away, as early in the process as possible, so the ghostwriter can help you right from the outset of outlining, planning, and strategy for your book. But that doesn't mean that you're on a time limit. You can still talk to a ghostwriter even if your book is complete. Now, you've probably got a lot of questions about what it's like to work with a ghostwriter and how to find a ghostwriter you can trust. And the good news is I have all of those answers for you in this handy dandy playlist that I put together just for you.